Tonight, the information superhighway, an online network called Internet.
Nice of you to join us.
You go to the beginning of the internet. What did the internet initially promise? Promised for a lot of people spaces where you could find subcultures and communities for your niche interests, and you could make that happen on your own web pages. Like when I think of that, I think of GeoCities and Angelfire.
Oh yeah.
Where like they're GeoCities sites, but it's still yours.
Yeah.
You learn a rudimentary code. You make a site, you make it however you want. They were still their own pages and websites, even though they had like the geocities.com or whatever in them. So the beginning of the internet promised like this kind of like bastion for creativity amongst weird people, which is really cool and exciting.
Now that I've gotten on the internet, I'd rather be on my computer than doing just about anything.
Then people, like, you know, you have like people making small blogs. Those blogs get bigger. They realize they can put ads on their blogs.
Monetize.
They monetize and they're making money. Even MySpace kind of goes into this. The original MySpace, you had all this freedom to make your MySpace however you wanted. You could put in weird HTML and have flashing GIFs and sparkly letters and whatnot. Then we get to Facebook. With the Facebook, I feel like is the slow descent downward, because with Facebook you start seeing more of these websites and whatnot. People are going to them less and getting all of it via their social media. YouTube was the same way. When YouTube first started, there wasn't really anybody on it, but as people started to use it as a way to upload their rants or their thoughts or their vlogs, YouTube was this like, YouTube used to be dangerous. You could just go on and say whatever the fuck you wanted.
Yep.
And like
see whatever you want, yeah.
And once they started putting ads on, there was a period of time where people that were bigger on YouTube when ads first got in place were making a ton of money. Like they made a fortune during like a 3 to 4 year period. Something happened, I forgot what year it was, maybe 2014, 2015, which people dubbed the YouTube adpocalypse. And it's when YouTube began to get more stringent on what could and couldn't be monetized. Monetization, the need to make money, what that produces is people fearing for them, like they can't make the revenue streams they used to. Web pages, ad blockers become a thing. Oh fuck, you know, like we want you to be able to see the ads, because if you can't see the ads, we're not going to make money. So we need to pump out double to triple the content.
Yep.
And that's when you start to see Vice go from something dangerous and interesting,
we're like, dude, we have to get into North Korea. We have to get in.
To making like, I put CBD on a butt plug. Let me tell you what happened. BuzzFeed for hipsters, I guess.
Yeah. And edgy like drug lords.
Yeah. But all these things that used to have a certain aesthetic slowly have to shift, not just their aesthetic, but like their core values, because they need to make more money. And I saw that happen actively on YouTube. You got people that were like that because they were losing revenue via the ads, because YouTube was blocking ads on their pages, they had to change their content. And that either meant focusing on whatever was trending at the moment so they could get it out there as quick as they could without putting any effort or thought or care into what they were making, or just pumping out as much as they could. And now YouTube is littered. Like, think of like, this is how I worded it within my mind prison the other day, that you have Fox News, CNN, and MSNBC, you have political pundits that do shows every day. YouTube is like that, but like with a million of those people. So you have a million different channels that are pumping out 4 to 5 videos a day where it's just them talking about whatever the current event is. Do you know who Tim Pool is?
So video games get made that are ridiculous, that have insane plots and insane ideologies.
Okay. He is such a drama queen, and I'm positive it's because I think he's already a drama queen, but a lot of it's performative. Like, he acts like this because he knows it's going to get him people riled up to watch more of his videos. There's no like
more ads, more clicks.
Yeah, more clicks, more people going to his Patreon, more people buying his stuff, more people buying a membership to his YouTube. So the promise of the internet originally has failed. And why did it fail?
Capitalism at its finest.
because of capitalism.
That's
and why?
exactly it.
But more importantly, why is most of the internet, being that video content propels most sites? That's why Vice got into video. That's why BuzzFeed got into video. People are more apt to watch a video than to read an article. But why is it TV point two? Simply because the big difference between cinema and TV, the studios want money, but TV is reliant on money in totality. The TV show is going to get funded because the studio executives go, oh, well, the creator of Big Bang wants to make a new show, and that was our highest grossing show of all time. It's all formatted around how many ads can they run and how much can they charge for ads during these shows, and if a big name's attached, they can run more ads on it. Cinema is a little different. Like, clearly, the people that make Marvel movies, Disney films, whatever, they want to make money.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of films that are funded and get out there just because, like, we know that's by a director that has somewhat of a following. It might not make that much money, but it'll get tons of awards, and they want the laurels and whatnot. And with the internet being so reliant everywhere on ads and making money, it's just become TV 2.0. We would see the same thing with TV. Once you have cable or satellite, you have a million channels that are a million niche channels that are chocked full of bullshit and nothing interesting. Like it's like the fucking weird channel on satellite that's just like, oh, lifestyles of the rich and famous, the channel. Mm-hmm. You know, you get the same thing with the internet, but you get it like times a million, and it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks seeing like YouTube, specifically YouTube. This rant was originally about YouTube, but watching YouTube go down the drain, where I don't get, there are a few people on YouTube I still follow. You know, there's a few, like, I watch Majority Report with Sam Cedar every day and whatnot. But man, there's so much dog shit.
You guys love that video. It got like 2 or 3 million views, guys. It was a banger.
And that's
so
the
much
thing.
dog shit.
It was, ironically, of course, when Google bought them, that's the problem with corporatism in general, where Google didn't put out a competing service, right? We don't live in a free market economy like many people are disillusioned into believing. Google just buys you. Like, if you're a competitor, done. Like, you don't have a chance. You're going to just get bought out, and they're going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Only at this point, because YouTube is so big, the only people that can compete with it, and I think they should, is the whoever owns Pornhub, because they have the infrastructure. If they made a competitor to YouTube that was like more like, yeah, we will run ads on any video, as long as you're not like saying go out and kill people.
Yeah,
like we don't care. YouTube would at that point be in trouble, because you'd have people releasing their videos on both and not giving a shit if they can't run ads on the YouTube one. You know?
Well, but that's the thing. They would just go and buy them. You know, if they're a successful company in the green, if Google comes along, they could drop $1 billion tomorrow.
Yeah, they could buy it, but then it would that would suck. Pornhub made something that was a competitor that really did turn out to be like a legit threat to YouTube. If they bought it, they couldn't just go in and rework everything to make it YouTube too, because if the whole thing was started as, we will run ads on any video, they couldn't just go in and change that, because then people would be like, oh, fuck this, I'll just go back to using YouTube.
What we have is a new communication system, easy enough for anybody to publish whatever information they want to the world.
Hey there, if you like this clip, make sure to check out our podcast. It's called MK Ultra Orphans. We're a cultural commentary show that airs weekly. We focus on left-leaning politics, pop culture, and conspiratorial thought. Now available on the big podcasting apps. Thanks for listening, I think. Yeah, thanks for listening.